Second.
Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from June the 2nd.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes from June 2nd.
Second that.
Second, any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And secondly, approval of the claims, no job source claims this morning.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second, any other discussion on the claims? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Under appointments, DeAndre, you want to come down? We're going to do a little moving around, a little housekeeping and things this morning, but the commissioners have been working with DeAndre, and Scott Harless is our current superintendent for a long time. And DeAndre was a person that we felt like had the potential to be a future superintendent at the highway department, and it showed exemplary leadership skills and innovation by creating our own CDL licensing school, basically, at the highway department, among other things. And so today, DeAndre is going to take over as being the county highway superintendent for the first time. So first, I'm going to make a motion that we appoint DeAndre as our new county highway superintendent.
Second.
Second, any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations, DeAndre.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys for the opportunity. Harless has been the superintendent for the last 30 years, and he did a great job. So I'm honored that you guys think highly of me, for me to be able to come in like this. And I hope I make you guys proud of me. Thank you. That's it.
We're proud of you, and you deserve it.
Thank
So,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can you hear me now? I think I'm a little tall, so I got to get real low. Okay. So I can say everything over again.
You would have been a little bit more nervous with this crowd than a few years ago.
Before?
Yeah,
I got a little bit of practice.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of practice.
You're welcome.
When I'm nervous, I make people laugh, so that gets me by. But thank you guys for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. My family's back there. They didn't want to miss today either, so I'm sure you hear my son back there.
Aw.
But thank you. Good to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
And in the same token, Scott Harless has been at the highway department for many years and in that superintendent's role. And we've had a vacancy in the engineering department, and we need somebody to kind of fill in and take the day-to-day and help out with the two other employees in the engineering department. And so at this time, I'd make a motion that we appoint Scott as supervisor of the engineering department. Scott's going to retire at the end of the year, and that position still remains vacant as far as a full-time professional engineer. And so if you guys got anybody that you would recommend, have them fill out an application, send in the resume. It's a very important job. I'd make the motion for Scott to be supervisor.
Second.
Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. No old business today. New business, Eric Wetland.
Morning, Eric Weflin, owner's rep for the jail project, Pendleton, Indiana. We put out a design package, and Melinda McGee from McGee Design House. Do you want to come up just in case? Melinda's team put out a design package for furniture that is going to be in the new facility. And we received a bid on that. And so Mr. Graham has that envelope. Today, we'll open that up, read the bid amount, and then take that under advisement and report back to the commissioners at some point in the future. This was a soft cost item, so this was a planned item that was included in the project budget. As far as the process goes, if you have any questions, Melinda's available to talk about anything that you want to know about the process that was undertaken and how the design was done. But at this point, from a bid opening standpoint, we just need to open it up and read the bid amount. Do you have anything that you want to?
There are. The first one is bid package number 1. Administration building unit F and detention wings units A, B, C, D, and E. It's from Commercial Office Environments out of Indianapolis. See a lot of TBDs.
Is there a bid form?
Yep, so this is,
Total project right there.
yeah.
Or total furniture.
Right here.
Okay. You wanna
That's
read
for,
it?
Sure.
It's small.
I do.
I know, I didn't read it.
There it is. Yeah.
That's package 1.
Package 1, total project bid $472,996.42. 472,996.42.
Melinda, real quick,
Yes.
what items were in?
So for the administrative package, that was primarily office desks. There was some general furniture, mostly offices at that point in time for all the admin side.
And then number 2.
Number 2, that was a detention package. So much smaller package, but just some ancillary detention furniture that was not part of the construction package. Yeah, that should be the end. That very bottom.
Package 2, $102,421.27. 102,421.27. Commissioners' recommendation would be to accept these bids and turn them over to Eric and Melinda for their review. The possible awarding at a later date.
Any other questions on those bids? Entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we accept them and turn them over and be accepted later.
Second.
And a second, any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Eric, we got a nice crowd here today. Where are we at timeline on the jail and how are things looking?
We've got about 4 months left of kind of the major construction. So the building is going to enter a phase in towards the middle end of September, where we start reviewing the project. They start, making any touch-ups that need to be done, and then it starts to hand over, and we'll start to activate the building. So there's, as you can imagine, for a facility that size and operations as specialized as they are, there's a lot of technology, so a lot of training, a lot of practice, those kinds of things that will be starting. And then the county will really transition into taking possession of the building right at the end of this year.
And when we talk about technology, there's a lot of things people wouldn't necessarily think about. So could you just kind of hit on a few of those things that are pretty cool?
Yeah, just from an observation standpoint, so there's, obviously, cameras are, new, updated, and the most modern, but then in terms of access control, there's a lot of really good technology. So everything from how the staff moves for the facility, ease of movement through the facility. There's water management there. So in terms of like how water is used, when it's used, is going to be very controlled in the sense that the county will have the ability to manage their water usage. So from a cost standpoint, there's a upside to that. What else? From a
Yeah, I think the other thing that's really cool is it's actually a jail within the building, and so all of the inner workings of each jail cell, there's a corridor between the outside of the building and the outside of the jail cell wall, and so as you walk through there, all the plumbing and everything else is coming out into this area where it can easily be worked on instead of somebody having to actually go into the cell at sometimes or into an area that's very unpleasant. This is very wide open. You can get a man lift down through there. It's much easier to work on.
Yeah, as far as just the facility itself, just remind everybody that there's a lot of attention paid to kind of the mental health and medical side of things. And so from a technology standpoint, from an observation standpoint, padded cells so that we're, taking care of people that need that type of space. So just a lot of new technologies and a lot of new design features that I think are enhancements to the way the county's been doing business for the last 30 years.
You mentioned observation. So if you look at the old jail, you've got 4 floors and 4 areas of observation for 200 and some prisoners. In this case, you've got 2 separate pods, 2 areas of observation instead of 4. And how many prisoners in each pod?
250
7.
plus. Yeah.
So half, yeah, more than that when you build out the other one. So 700.
Yeah, and I think that the other thing that I know we started out with the conversation about technology, but and also I think that the programming that is going to be incorporated in that, there's a lot of people working right now in the county to enhance the programs and the programming and the therapy and the treatment that's going to be available in the facility. So the number of classrooms that are in the building, the way those classrooms can be observed, the technology that we were talking about that's going to be in those classrooms, TVs in those classrooms for instruction, those types of things I think are key enhancements to the facility and how the population that's going to live there temporarily, is going to have access to lots of programming that the county is being very proactive in getting implemented into the new facility.
Yeah, so it'll be kind of a different way of doing business in that regard. Hopefully, cutting back on recidivism
Absolutely.
in that process, which we've not had the room, to even come close to being able to do what we're going to do in this year. Any other questions? Thank you, guys.
Thank you
Appreciate it.
very much. Appreciate it.
Yes.
And I can leave one.
I'll give them to you for now.
Jeff, we've got a resolution on public meeting policy, and if you could kind of go through that a little bit for us. That just mirrors basically, I think, what state laws are.
It mirrors state laws. This was partially drafted. I amended it some with the guidance and the assistance of Deputy Prosecutor Hannah. When public comment at any kind of public meeting, but as most people don't realize that public comment is not required except in limited circumstances under state law. In public hearings, it always is, and then there's a few other types of ordinances that mainly in front of the county council that require a public comment. It's always within the discretion of the public agency to allow public comment, and in a lot of cases that's a good thing, and the public agency wants to do that. However, recent trends have shown, excuse me, that there is a very small minority of people that comment at meetings that detract and infringe on the rights of people that otherwise would like to speak and have their time chewed up and cause disruptions. And for that reason, the state, and with the help of Deputy Prosecutor Hannah, have helped draft the resolution to provide guidance and certainty and objectivity of what the rules are for public comment, when it becomes a disruption, number of warnings you get, what a disruption before you're asked to leave. It's extreme. It is heavily balanced on free thought. It specifically says in the resolution that if someone comes up here and says you're a no good, dirty son of a gun, that's not a disruption. They're allowed to criticize public officials. They're allowed to criticize public policy. That in itself is not a resolution, but it defines in there when it becomes such, when you're blocking aisles, when your time has expired and you refuse to yield the microphone to the next speaker. So that, I think it's to put into place for certainty, and so people don't think they were treated unfairly. This gives whoever's presiding in that chair, or the plan commission chair, or the BZA, or the drainage board, it gives them a set rules on, okay, this person's acting up. Does that violate the policy, or what should I do about that? It also lets the people that want to make public comments, and sometimes rightfully angry comments, here are the guidelines in which you're allowed to operate. And again, it is very balanced. The idea is to encourage free speech, even critical free speech, but at the same time give the public agency some guidelines on when that becomes too far.
Any other questions for Jeff? What's the next resolution number, Nick?
9.
I would entertain a motion on resolution number 9.
I make a motion we pass resolution 2026-BC-R-9.
And we have a second. Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Can we hear the resolution?
I can give you a copy of it when we're done. Under new business, we have the Aegis Task Order number 2. This agreement follows basically our hourly rate with Aegis, and Aegis has been assisting the engineering department when needed in the absence of having a professional engineer on staff. This new task order would extend that maximum out of pocket for the county to $20,000. We was originally 10, so this adds another $10,000 to that. I'd make a motion for approval.
Second.
We have a second. Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Dispatch. Morning, Cleveland.
Morning, Commissioners. May I present these two? Good morning, everyone. My name is James Cleaver. I'm the radio administrator for Madison County. In front of you today is a proposal for a recording system, equipment and support services for a 5-year term. The current system that we have is from Word Systems Incorporated. It's called NICE, N-I-C-E, Inform System. And there were longstanding contracts with this company for the last 20 plus years. Excuse me. Since this time, there's been additional companies come to the forefront and been able to be vetted with our current radio system and to allow us to potentially use those. So with that additional competition, I submitted proposals or requested proposals from these companies and received 3 different proposals or quotes back. Those are highlighted for you. The first one is from Word Systems Incorporated. It's a existing it's not a complete rip out of our current system. It is an upgrade of the current system and hardware to the newest software version and hardware that would support that. The other 2 proposals are for the same system. It is from a different company called Eventide. One is from our current radio vendor, and the other one is from a vendor in Illinois, which is the nearest vendor for this outside of those 2. Those proposals are submitted to you in that packet with their as close to apples comparison across that we could make. And the differences are highlighted in the cost comparison for you on that summary sheet. After reviewing this and considering the cost available, or the cost to us, asking that the commissioners approve the proposal for Word Systems Incorporated. It was substantially less cost than the other two proposals. In addition, there's less transitional risk. The current system is already in use by all of our end users. They're familiar with it. We wouldn't have to rip that out, retrain everybody, and put that in for a system that would cost, the county additionally more money. There's some full disclosure with this. This proposal, we're in year 5 of our current contract with Word Systems. Word Systems will suspend the last year of that contract to enter into this new contract, so there will not be a cost for that 5th year. The only cost that we incurred in that is the approximately $10,000 equipment lease that we would still have to use. One of the kind of caveats to switching systems is we still have a 3-year retention policy that we have to abide by. So even if we did choose to switch to a different system, I'd still have to support and maintain that existing system for 3 years so that I could get the information that's stored on it off of it. And what that information is are the 911 recordings, the administrative phone call recordings, the radio recordings for all the emergency traffic that goes over. And we, keep those for 3 years as by statute, and then they, ultimately roll off if we don't have space for them. So, all this, kind of in summary, we've, had to move this project up about 9 months faster than we would have due to a conflict in software. Our current radio system is going through an upgrade in Q3 and Q4 of this year, and we have to be at a different version of software of NICE. So if we were to stay with them, I've got to move this upgrade up a little bit faster than what we would have, hence the not finishing out the first term of the contract. That being said, the dispatch center, more prominently the director, we've had this on our radar for multiple years. We've been able to store up enough money so that we do not have to lease this equipment for 5 years, saving the county approximately $40,000 in just flat lease fees that we would never recover. All that being said, Word Systems was the least expensive proposal that meets all needs. We'll actually get better equipment that the system would run on and upgraded software to go with that. All that's laid out in that summary sheet, and if you need the underlying details in it, the proposals are behind us. So all that being said, if the commissioners have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. But the dispatch center's proposal is to recommend Word Systems for a 5-year contract.
Any other questions for Cleveland?
You had a chance to review this.
Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with Ward Systems Inc.
Second.
And we have a second. Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
President, if I may, these are the
Continue
signature
to keep
pages.
coming back and saving more money. You do.
Places for 2 signatures.
Thank you.
Engineering department?
Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing?
Very good. Yourself?
Not too bad. I'm here today to ask for approval for 2 different agreements. I will start with Avenue. Avenue, for the last few years, they've done our road asset management, which this basically helps us make sure we meet all state requirements so we can continue to get different funding, different grants, different things like that. Last year, I believe the total was $122,000. This year, it's 120. Also with a hourly not to exceed $30,000 in case there's anything extra else that we need from them. They've been a big help for the last couple of years with our road asset management, as well as helping us have other opportunities to kind of figure out which way we need to navigate to fix these roads and different things like that. So I am here to ask for approval for that agreement. I have a copy of these too, if you guys need a copy. You got them. Did you want me to do the other one first or other one next?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Okay. And then the next one would be A&F Engineering. Earlier this year, we spoke about getting neighborhoods done. Last year, they helped us do, was it 5 or 6? 6 neighborhoods. So what they did were we all went out together, walked through the neighborhoods, marked things up. We just kind of figured out the best way and different options to construct some of these neighborhoods. We have 40 plus neighborhoods that all need work. And we'd like to continue to do that with them going forward. Last year we had an hourly not to exceed of 70,000 last year, and we ended up with like 40,000 left over of that that we didn't use, and they did 6 neighborhoods. So now we just want to move forward and see how many we could get done so we can get them bid out next year and just start walking these neighborhoods down. They need a lot of work.
What's the new not to exceed figure?
There is no not to exceed figure for this one. And I have representatives from both. If you had any questions for either one of them.
Do you mind if we add a not to exceed figure in there? Another 70,000 again? Maybe? Thank you.
No, unless you guys have any questions for
Any
me.
questions on Avenue?
I don't think so.
I'd make a motion that we approve the Avenue contract. Jeff, you've been through that.
I have, yes.
Second.
I've got a second. Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye. Motion carries. And you want to just go back and then present a not to exceed at the next meeting in a couple weeks? Okay, that's not going to affect. Is that going to affect anything?
No.
Okay. Let's do that. I'd make a motion that we continue A&F Engineering. Second. Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Larry, Planning Department?
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
And I told the people outside that we would speak clearly so they could hear us. This is the problem they have is you guys can be heard pretty well
Good.
out there. So a little housekeeping on the agenda. We have a, which I can't find now. There's a company called, what's a vacation? We have a vacation request from a company called, I don't have the.
Roe Thompson?
Yeah, from Roe Thompson. It's in the Alexandria area. I looked at it and there's some issues that they need to resolve before we bring it to you. I'm not sure what the continuation process is with the county. I asked Jeff to handle that.
It would
With
just,
the board.
there would be an ordinance that would vacate it, and that's simple. The discussion of that could simply be tabled here today, and the attorney that represents the company has agreed to come back later, and so it's just a matter of, he does have his petition in for his client.
And a public hearing, and the notice was put in the paper.
Yeah, so we would continue that to our July 7th meeting would be my
Is he
recommendation.
still here?
The attorney, no, we asked him.
I told him
not
not
to
to.
come.
Yeah, I did this yesterday.
Make sure if he was here, if you had anything. I make a motion then that we continue the Roe Thompson vacation.
Second.
Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
So the second petition on our agenda is 2026 Z003. This is Homer Companies. They want to put in a mulching operation at 6529 South Madison Avenue. The owner and the petitioner is a company called Combined Asset Development LLC, which is working as the front company for Homer Companies, which is a mulch company out of Illinois. The technical review committee has reviewed their proposal. They approved it. At the June 9th meeting, this position for a rezone was presented to the planning commission, and they have forwarded it to you with a favorable recommendation. The notes from that recommendation are member Kosinski made a motion for a favorable recommendation to the Board of Commissioners with agreed upon commitments that they received drainage board approval. There is no work on site until approved. And then in their drainage work, they need to consider the fact that Best Way is also expanding 22 acres. And so they've got drainage issues up north that are going to affect the drainage issues on the southern properties in this situation. So they want that to be included in the drainage report that Homer does. So this company is just briefly, I'll just tell you who they are, what they do. Combined Asset Development, working with Homer Companies, proposes to operate a mulching business on about 26 acres behind and slightly west of the Best Way transfer station. The acreage is made up from five parcels, and there's been a house on the property which would be used as an office facility of some type. They plan on using the property for outdoor wood chip storage, outdoor mulch storage, mulch manufacturing, and storage of machinery and equipment. The staff concerns were noise and some other things. We did work up some buffer issues. We discussed traffic. There's not going to be a lot of traffic. We discussed hours of operation. The hours will be limited to, working day hours. They're not going to be grinding mulch at 5 a.m. They are aware of our county noise policy and those various issues. So staff recommendation was favorable. And if you got any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. And representatives from Homer Companies are here.
Any questions for Larry or the representatives? Ordinance number?
4.
Entertain a motion on ordinance number 2026-BC-0-4.
Make a motion, we approve it.
I'll second. Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Carries.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so the next petition is 2026 TA001. This is a text amendment to the Madison County zoning ordinance for a 6-month moratorium on acceptance of applications for data centers. I will state that as of right now, we have had no applications or no inquiries into our office for any data center at any place in Madison County. That's not to discount the rumors that are out there, but there have been no inquiries or applications submitted to my office. The staff recommendation, the Board of Commissioners have requested a 6-month moratorium on acceptance of applications for data centers. This was presented to the Plan Commission on June 9th. The Plan Commission has forwarded this to you with a favorable recommendation. Just generally, our plan going forward is to work with our consultants, HWC, as you know, and I think most of the people know, we are currently working on a UDO that we hope to have finished in the next couple months and then presented through the process in August, September, October. That we're conducting this ordinance review outside of that process because the current update has a lot of things in there that are going to make it better for the community. It's going to make them, we're going to reduce the number of variances that have to be gotten. It's going to save them money. So there's a lot of things we want to get done in this ordinance and get it passed. But in the meantime, we recognize that these ordinances that we are developing for the energy stuff are very critical. So our plan going forward is to work with our consultants, HWC, to frame out the body of each ordinance, data center, battery energy storage system, carbon sequestration, and small modular reactor nuclear for now. I mean, something may pop up tomorrow that somebody's going to say you need an ordinance for that. We're going to actually try and put a mechanism in place to handle that, kind of like I did with the last thing that covers this stuff. Once we get the basic ordinance drafted, we will present it at public meetings, not a public hearing, in September or October. and then make appropriate adjustments because of the public input and start taking the plan through the hearing process, at which the time the public will have additional opportunities to comment. Our plan is to ask the Plan Commission to create a subcommittee of the Plan Commission, which is the same thing we did with the solar ordinance, of 2 Plan Commission members and 2 representatives of the public. Olivia, I believe, has spoken with members of the public, so that's, and then we would work with the committee and our attorney to draft these ordinances, which would go through the public process. We anticipate our first hearing with the subcommittee in mid-July and public meetings in the fall. The hearings and possible adoption of these ordinances could occur in late fall 2026 or early 2027. We have had discussions with HWC about them incorporating these directly into our UDO so that the formatting and all that, the links, because everything's hyperlinked now to different, you click on one page and you go to another page, hopefully. That's kind of a joke. Probably not a good one, but please note we have an energy blog on the county website. I'm going to try and update it every Friday. I've noted earlier that those things are horrendously potential for like forgetting about it and somebody goes to the wrong meeting, but we're going to really be aggressive to make sure that's intent. So that's it, what I have for the solar ordinance. Another thing before I stop, also on another note, I'd like to update you on the Alexandria Neighborhood Redevelopment Program. We conducted cleanups on June 1st and June 2nd in the Phillips and Innisdale neighborhoods outside of Alexandria. I would like to thank our code enforcement officer, Tom Weitzel, for his help in managing this process, and Scott Harless of the Highway Department and his crews for a great job. Happy retirement, Scott. The process was smooth and we had good participation. Hopefully we can expand this program to other areas of the county as resources and funds are available. So that's all I've got if you have any questions.
Larry, explain a little bit more about a UDO for everybody, just throwing out some acronym and.
Well, the UDO is the Unified Development Ordinance. Since 2002, in 2002, the county, Madison County adopted a zoning code and a subdivision control ordinance. Over the last 25 years, most communities have gone to combining those for ease of everything. It's basically efficiency. And one of the things we're trying to do with our current UDO is even streamline stuff, to make permits easier to get, to make permits smoother and all that, which is part of what's coming out of the state requiring us to do through State Bill 1001, which also reduced our funds. So is that clear?
On the moratorium itself, it was an almost unanimous vote by the planning commission.
It was a unanimous vote and they did request,
8-1.
8-1.
oh, it was 8-1. That's right. It was 8-1. And they did request that a public hearing be held at the next Plan Commission meeting to extend it another 6 months.
I would tell you, I don't see much reason to do that. If you finished in 4 months, it's the law. If you finish in 4 months, you're done and you bring it. If you need another 6 months, yes, it is. If you need another 6 months, then you can extend it and take the time that you need. So that seems premature to me. To do that at that time, just my opinion. The county commissioners, I think I could speak on behalf of all of us here, have pressed the planning commission and the county attorney to get on with getting this moratorium before us. So I thank you for getting that on the agenda as quickly as possible and getting that before us. And I'm confident that that's going to pass here today, based on, the conversations that they've had with both of you and getting that on the agenda at the planning commission. It's our objective to be able to give the public the opportunity to go through this process. And you touched on that a little bit, Larry, but you're going to have, I'm certain, some different opportunities throughout the county for people to come together and discuss data centers and even other things like that.
Yeah, we're going to have, like we've done with the others, we'll have public meetings in Alexandria and Pendleton and probably Anderson, and just the same thing. We do the same, we'll let everybody have a chance and to talk and communicate. And some of these people have been to our previous meetings. So
I can't overemphasize, and you can help me with that, but that is going to be the most important time for you to be able to express your viewpoint, get together with the planning commission, its members, members of HWC that are there, discuss concerns that you have, ask questions. You know, that is the,
Yeah, there's
the-
no
the
vote.
best opportunity.
There's no
for-
vote. There's no pressure. If you got a specific agenda, you can always pull somebody, one of our team aside and say, hey, I want to look at this. And people do that regularly. And people can also come to my office. I mean, I've gotten a lot of emails. People know what my email address is. If somebody wants to stop in and talk to me about any of these planning issues or what we're doing or who we're seeing or how we're doing it, they can come walk into my office.
Any other questions for Larry? The public hearing process was at the planning commission, and as we discussed, that's already happened, and that public hearing's closed. I do think that there's maybe some folks here today that didn't get to attend that Tuesday meeting, or was at the Tuesday meeting last week and didn't get the opportunity to make any comments. And so I want to make sure that anybody that wanted to, that didn't get the opportunity, can come up here and voice any concerns to the commissioners. So I'd like to take a little bit of time to do that. If anybody would like to take a couple minutes and express their concerns if they didn't get the opportunity last week.
John, I'm gonna put a time limit up per speaker.
I said a couple minutes.
2 minutes.
I'm going to have them sign their name on here.
I've got a sheet over here.
Okay.
Why don't you yank all the mics?
Thank you. My name is Hunter Arndt. I am a Madison County resident, and I left work early today to come here to talk to you guys. Last night, I did file an Access to Public Records Act request, requesting all communications between Madison County officials and any data center developer, energy company, real estate broker, or AES affiliated entity dating back 2 years. This request is time-stamped and on record. The answers I'm asking for today will be cross-referenced against whatever that request produces. The questions I have today for you guys is just yes and no answers. And
Let me pause you for just a second. This is not an opportunity to question the commissioners. It's an opportunity to provide public comment only. My advice to them will be not to answer questions. They're here to listen, and it's your opportunity to speak.
okay. All right. Okay. My questions are, have any county officials, commissioners, or planning department staff received any written or verbal communication from any data center developer, energy company regarding Madison County land in the last 2 years? Yes or no? Has any letter of intent, site inquiry, or memorandum of understanding been received or discussed regarding data center development anywhere in Madison County? Yes or no? Have any tax abatement, economic revitalization area, or incentive package discussions occurred with any developer energy company regarding Madison County? Yes or no? Has any confidentiality or non-disclosure agreement been signed by any county official related to data centers, development, or energy company communications? Yes or no? And who authorized it and when? The consortium buying AES Indiana is not investing in this community. They are investing in their own returns. BlackRock's Global Infrastructure Partners, a European fund called EQT, California's public pension system, and the Qatar Investment Authority are purchasing our power grid for $33.4 billion. Indiana's own state treasurer publicly warned these out-of-state foreign entities are not focused on Hoosiers or They announced this deal immediately after Indiana's 2026 legislative session ended and deliberately timed it to avoid state regulation. And once they own the grid and profit from data centers, once they own the grid and profit from the data centers built on it, our residential electricity rates become secondary to their bottom line. My family already budgets $300 a month for electricity. We cannot absorb whatever happens when the grid gets prioritized for industrial data centers demand over the people who actually live here. As a resident and a homeowner in this county, I already find it absurd that we pay property taxes on the land we own at a rate determined by someone else on a timeline that shifts with or without our input. AES Indiana, as a regulated utility, has an eminent domain authority, meaning they can legally force farmers and landowners to accept power line easements across their property, whether they want to or not. Private equity ownership means the power is now profit motivated, not public service motivated. While working families in this county pay uncertain property taxes every year, a $1 billion data center could negotiate a tax abatement and pay nothing for 20 years. This is not economic development. This is corporate welfare paid by the people who actually live here. And what makes me angry about all this is not just the data centers. It's the situation that reveals us what is actually happening. Madison County deserves people who value their residents and this community to do better. Not officials who make decisions that benefit whoever fills their pockets, while people who live and work here are left to deal with the contaminated water, higher electricity bills, and lost farmland. A 6-month moratorium is not enough. It does not give us time to complete a baseline water study. It does not produce a permanent protective zoning ordinance. It just delays the same conversation. We need a 12-month minimum, and we need legal binding protections written and enacted before the moratorium expires. Thank you, guys.
Oh, I just was telling Helen she was next.
Good morning. My name is Helen Ween, and I've been an environmental activist my entire life. I did not know a lot about these data centers, and I feel like I'm a novice compared to some of the other people in this room who have been studying it for a long time. But I know from my life and from my parents, I learned one thing: fools rush in where wise men never go. And that's where you guys are headed right now. You're rushing in for the dollars, and you're not listening to the people.
We're not rushing into anything. We're putting moratorium.
6 months is not enough, John.
All I stated was that when the job is done, the job's done, whether you make it a year or not. That's the way it works. So if it takes a whole year, then it takes a whole year. If it takes 8 months, then it took 8 months. That's all I said.
Well, put the exception in there.
Say go rush into anything.
You put the exception in there. I've been through this before, John.
The point was that you could put the exception in.
I've been through this before. We fought a landfill for 40 years. I've been through this before, and you and I know each other well. I know what I hear, and then I know what I see. Don't believe what you hear. Look at what happens. Look at what they do.
So you can believe what you hear about me.
I don't have to believe what I hear about you, John. I know who you are. And I know the people in my community are tired of profit over people. We are tired of it. It is time for you to represent us and not business.
That's what we're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity
I
to
need to get
speak.
everybody's name stuff.
Okay. My name is Frank Stapleton, and I'm a county resident, and I'll fill this out real quick. At the June 9th Planning Commission meeting, I had used an allegory of shaking the tree of knowledge. And all I need to say, and I'm a little nervous, but all I need to say is we need to define the difference between private and public entities. And I think if we don't do that, we're going to be running into a lot of problems, as the first speaker has already mentioned. So I just hope that you guys use that knowledge and represent the people. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Denise, good morning.
Morning. Denise Spooner, Alexandria. I just want to thank you both, all three of you, for letting us talk. I know that's not unusual sometimes to open up to public comment, but I wasn't able to be here last time at the planning commission meeting. We had a family emergency. I did submit my speech to planning department and they have it over property values. I do want to make sure the audience understands that Helen Ween here is a fellow real estate broker. I have a lot of respect for her. She's been a broker forever. So it's finally nice to see some other real estate brokers come up here. We have a real estate professional on the planning commission. I know Larry didn't mention names. He said, you know, he didn't plan to do that, but I don't care whether that gets mentioned today. But my name was brought up as a community citizen to be on the advisory committee. I'm in the northern section, and I suggested that someone be represented from the south, and that is Cole Buttry. So we are your 2 citizen members, and I just wanted the community to know that. So for those that don't know me, I have been on BCA for a year and planning almost 4 years. And I just want to express people don't trust the government. I get it. I totally get it. Took a long time for me to work my way in to develop professional relationships with my county commissioners. I appreciate John Richwine's love for agriculture. We share that. My father's a farmer. The solar crowds in the northern district, we really participated in our comprehensive plan to protect farmland. I've been preaching property values for 6 years. Anytime there's something on this agenda that I feel in the planning affects property values, I'm here, whether people ask me to or not. This is my market. These are my neighbors. These are my family. I come whether I'm asked to. And I definitely know data centers are going to impact property values in a massive way. People next to them are being bought out, which, you know, that's what they need to do. But the next row of homes, they're just left, and people are not going to purchase homes near these things. As soon as I heard the data center battle coming to Madison County, I texted all 3 of you and I said, "You think solar was bad? You ain't seen nothing yet." And the last meeting, the number of people that came out was amazing, and you guys did a wonderful job. I want the community to know that I'm dedicated to Madison County, and I've shown that for 6 years. If we don't get this done in 6 months, you can count on Denise Spooner holding this government accountable to ask for more time. And I think there's just sometimes a lack of understanding with the people. It's very confusing. I didn't know what BZA meant when I first got into this battle. So I've had to learn a lot. And I understand what Mr. Richwine is saying. Commissioner Richwine is not going to push this through because I won't let him. He knows that if we don't get this done, he'll give us another 6 months. So rest assured, you're going to have somebody on your side sitting in these meetings, listening to this and understanding the process. I think if we work hard, we can get it done. And that's what you're going to get from me. Hard work, dedication, and I will see this through, and we will get a proper ordinance for this county if I have anything to say with it. Thank you very much for letting me speak.
Ken Kuczynski, Madison County Surveyor. John, we are going to present it to you in July for the six months additional moratorium. Let me explain to you why. With HWC, they're going to look at it in the fourth quarter, which is the end of this year. Will it get passed through the board? I have no idea. It'll probably be pushed to 27 at that point. If you do a 6 months moratorium, which you guys approved today, and thank you, the next 6 months will put you in holiday. Nobody's coming at holiday time. Everybody has plans for their families and everything. If we come back to you in July and ask you for another 6 months for your vote, that puts us up through 27 through June to take a better look at what's going to happen. That's the reason why you're going to get we asked for a year, but it wasn't advertised when I talked to Jeff, and that's why he's coming back. And I presented it to the planning commission.
The point simply was, Ken, it just takes as long as it takes, whether that's 8 months or a year, it's going to take as long as it takes. So
Right. I understand.
Nobody's against that.
I'm just, some people feel like 6 months they wouldn't be here if it didn't get heard. They wish, it wasn't that holiday time. So that's the only thing I'm asking you.
Because that's what you're passing today doesn't mean 5 months from now, somebody wouldn't come in and say, hey, it's going to take another 4 or 5 months at least. Let's make it another 6. And hopefully we're done by then, but if not, we'll continue it again.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. And I believe we are that. That's what they want, and that's what they're yelling at quite a bit. Not yelling, let me rephrase that.
But
they're expressing their opinion very strong.
But you're going to go through the process, and when the process is done, the job's done.
That's it. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Monique Flores. I work with Rob Sparks for Madison County Economic Development. He's unable to make it today. I believe he emailed you all yesterday. I don't know if you've had a chance to read that or not. I'm just here to reiterate his concerns that the moratorium would diminish our efforts with companies, site selectors, and brokers who are looking for a business-friendly place to make an investment. Our office is open to discussing these issues. We've physically worked the projects, and like Larry has stated, no projects have come forward to date. We just want to ensure that the updated standards and ordinances address these concerns without restricting future opportunities. So if you're wanting to talk to our office, we're always open for that too. So thank you.
Cheryl McKinney, Anderson, Indiana. You guys are supposed to be representing the voters. And other than one person in this room who just spoke, I'm willing to bet everybody else here is against data centers in our county. The county also enacted an ordinance policy, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, year and a half ago. Have you looked at the ordinance policy and looked at the noise level from the data centers? I mean, it could be a moot point, because if the ordinance for noise is already on the books, what are you going to do? Rescind it now? I mean, and it's not you, it's the county council. But the people of this area do not want data centers. We don't want to see our money go to those. We don't want to see our water and our electricity go to them. So whether it's a 6-month moratorium, a year moratorium, I could care less. But what I do care about is the fact that this moratorium does expire during the holidays. And that makes it very difficult for many of us to get here. And I think that there's an initiative behind that. That's my personal opinion. You can, Commissioner Richwine, you can deny it at all. Your attorney said that you guys were not supposed to speak. It's our time. It's our turn to speak.
I'm not trying to argue. I was trying to explain that if Larry came in, whether there was anybody here or not, the commissioners would vote to extend that. That was all I wanted to say.
Hi, I'm Tammy Dixon Tatum, and thank you, Ms. Denise, wherever you went, for introducing yourself as one of the two people and this gentleman here that are on the committee that's going to look into this. And what I hear them saying, or what I heard Ms. Denise say, that if in 6 months they hadn't gotten to the bottom of the concerns with regards to the data center, that she could come back, or they could come back and ask for more time, because it seems that they seem to think, or you all seem to think, that you can get through this in 6 months. And I guess my whole point of bringing that up is to say, what is the time frame? Like, how much time is this gentleman and Miss Denise are going to put into looking into this data situation? Are they retired? Or is it a 40-hour-a-week type situation? Is it once a week? I don't know what that looks like, but I would like to better understand that, because I don't know if there's a roadmap, some type of process that will give them insight on what to look at. So, for example, the last meeting that was like 2 hours long, and people were out in the hallways and they expressed their concerns. Is Denise and the other gentleman, are they going to actually watch that video to actually hear the concerns and then do due diligence research to find out, how does that affect the community? Because one thing that I know for sure that was brought up was, well, several things. There was a woman who talked about children with autism and that noise level. How would that affect them? Is Miss Denise going to be able to look into that? Or and I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I'm sorry. Cole Matrix. So Cole, okay. So is Cole, is he able to look into that? Are they qualified to look into that? So I think those things are of concern as well, because we all have areas of expertise. And if they don't know mental health and some of those other things, those other concerns that was brought up, then how will they have time? How is that due diligence? And that's scary. So that's why all of us, or most of all of us, are asking for at least 1 year, because there were so many different dynamics, so many different areas of concerns, that 6 months is not even enough time to touch the surface. And you only got 2 people. Do they have a team? And I'm getting ready to sit down.
If we could, we could answer some. of the
Okay, go ahead. I'm
questions
sorry.
real
Oh,
quick.
I forgot to sign your
That's what
paper.
we were trying to hit on when I was asking Larry, about the program that they were going to present. So there'll be some opportunities across the county for people to participate in, ask questions, provide information. HWC is going to help him with this as well. So you've got a very large consulting firm that has dealt with these type of issues, that will provide professional services. And then there will be 4 people on the team. And that's really just a subcommittee. And then you've got the planning commission itself that will all participate in that, as well as anybody else, other elected officials that want to.
And so, and I hear what you're saying, and, but I also think that, these consulting firms, I take it they come from their outside. Is this consulting firm from Anderson, Madison County area? Because that's another thing.
The lead person that Larry's working with is from Pendleton, to answer your question, from HWC.
Okay. And I'm going to say this, do any of those people stand to gain anything financially from any of this business that's going on? Because all of those things are concerns, those conflict of interest, even if they're small, if they are not transparent, that is a problem. Because like the other lady said, people are very leery of government. And if something is so good for this community, why does it always seem like things happen in secrecy? That's the problem, because if it's good, you should spread it like the gospel.
Jeff, if there was any conflict of interest from anybody on a consulting team, wouldn't they have to disclose that?
To the
And then they
state,
would be in
yep,
some type of.
They'd have to present it to you and to the state.
Okay. And so again, I'm like everybody, else. We are very concerned because data centers, from everything that we have read about and everything that we've learned, they are not good. And we want people over profit. We want safety for our community. That's what we want. And like my grandmother, I'll go to my seat, but my grandmother used to say, all money ain't good money. So we need to be careful on what we do. Thank you.
Well,
Good morning.
good morning. I'm Cheryl Myers, and I wasn't going to speak today, but I had to. Just a minute. I live just outside the city limits between here and Anderson. First of all, I believe in government a lot more than I believe in corporate mentality. And I respect you. I respect you for giving so much of your personal time to this. You don't get paid for every hour you spend. But I'm going to come at this from a whole different angle. I was raised as a Quaker. Yeah. One of our tenets of faith is to be good stewards of this world and our environment. I personally believe we are still in the Garden of Eden. It wasn't a long time ago, it's now. This is our garden. This is our one shot at protecting and wise use of our water resources, our farmland, and all the resources we have. We have a gold mine. You guys are the stewards of a gold. They want our water. They want our land. And it's priceless to us. It should be priceless to you too. Don't let the bums, don't fall for a bum rush, I think they call it. Hurry up. You've got to decide right now. Our economic future depends on it. Why don't we hang on to these resources, put them in the bank, and wait until somebody gives us a better deal in the future? These data centers are going to be obsolete almost as soon as they're finished. Don't get suckered into this. I really want you to go to your higher power, whoever it is we pledged allegiance to with our higher power, please let him guide you on this, because he's not going to want you to give it to the first person that comes along. It's gold in the bank. Treat it like that.
Good morning. Thank you guys for letting us speak today. I wasn't sure if we would have an opportunity for public comment, so I very much appreciate the opportunity. I also wanted to say thank you for the accommodations, because it was clear at the Planning Commission meeting last week that there were many more people interested in being here and being a part of it than were able to fit in this room. I'm not sure if there's people out there, but if there are, I would encourage you to allow them the opportunity for public comment, just as the Planning Commission did. So thank you guys for that. I did want to ask that each of you are able to make it to these public hearings in the fall. I would love to see our commissioners there. I would love, yes.
Identify yourself. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Susan Hanna, 3807 West A Street Road. Thank you. Sorry. But I would love to see you guys at those meetings in the fall so that you are involved and you see not only what is going on in this room, but you see what all of these people in this room and all of the other community members that are unable to make it to a meeting at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, what we have to say about data centers, because clearly there is a lot of people that care about this issue. So I'm asking that. And then I also hope that you consider that it seems to be pretty clear that people don't want this. So a 6-month moratorium might buy us some time. But what I would really love to see from you guys is an outright ban, or things to be. I would love to see restrictions so stringent that it is essentially a ban without being a ban. And then like Hamilton County. And then maybe we will appease the Economic Development Commission with that. Thank you.
Well, to wrap this up, I want to thank everybody for showing up, not only on Tuesday, but today, for your conduct. It's always nice to have a public meeting where everyone's very respectful of each other, and I appreciate that very much. At this time, we could have an ordinance number, Nikki. All the other things done on this, Jeff. So I mean, it's just a one reading,
Right, one reading.
type of ordinance when it's already went through the Planning Commission.
That's
as
correct.
such. So I'd make a motion that we pass ordinance number 2026-BC-0-5 by title only, an ordinance of the Madison County Board of Commissioners establishing a 6-month development moratorium on data centers in unincorporated Madison County.
Second.
Can we have a second? Any further discussion by the commissioners? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimous. Any other business to be brought before the commissioners this morning?